campaign will reportedly attempt to tie that candidate to specifically the Tea Party and to the unpopularity of the current Congress. NBC's Luke Russert is in Washington with more on that strategic aspect of 2012 politics. Hey, Luke.
Hey, Rachel. How you doing?
Good.
Well, it's interesting, Rachel. We're going to see, I think, which is the biggest untold story coming out of Iowa tonight, is whoever the winner is, as they move forward, is really going to have to deal with the legislation that was passed out of the House Republican Congress over this last year and the future legislation they will pass in 2012. Now, nobody talks about this because it's not the horse race. It's actually the real legislative policies. But the House GOP passed some very Republican things, or very conservative things that some Democrats have even labeled as extremist. Things like the Ryan budget. The Ryan budget, which passed 235 to 189. They got no Democratic votes, only 4 Republicans voted against it. In essence, to some degree, privatizes Medicare, would cut funding to Head Start, would deregulate a lot of the EPA. There was even a lot of abortion bills that were voted through the House GOP that would have, in one instance, allowed a hospital, if they had religious moral feelings, to not perform an abortion on a woman who is near death. So there's a lot of these bills that pass through the House that a lot of Democrats feel are going to be thrown around the neck of the nominee, whoever comes out tonight, and in the whole process. And it's the untold story right now, and it's very interesting because as the House GOP has gone to the right and gotten more conservative, and as these folks try to run in a general direction, it's going to be asked at the campaign stops, would you support the Ryan budget all out? Mitt Romney's doubled down on that. As the scrutiny gets more and more, it's going to be interesting to see how much this legislation passed out of the House really affects these candidates. One last thing, Mitt Romney has been very much supportive of a balanced budget amendment, Rachel. That's something that economists from both sides say would be just absolutely horrific to the economy because it doesn't allow for that of a recession to show. That's something that was put down in the House. That's going to get a lot of play. So while we talk about the horse race in Iowa and the states further, look at the actual legislative achievements that happened through the House GOP Congress over the last year that were going to happen over 2012. That's an awful lot of fodder for the Democratic campaign operation, Rachel.
NBC's Luke Russert in Washington. Luke, thanks. We will be checking back in with you. I appreciate it. Looking at the closing argument there from Rick Santorum, hearing what the Democratic strategy is going to be, you do have to